Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Queen Sugar. So today I have a pick a card reading that kind of focuses on the channel messages your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, the universe has for you at this time. So this is connected to just all areas of life. It's not, tied to one particular area. It's connected to all different areas of our life. And so definitely take a moment to really sit with yourself and just kind of clear your energy and your mind and really lock in and focus on, your breathing, your silencing your mind, and just gathering yourself, because I feel like these readings are definitely going to be, essential for a lot of people in terms of moving in towards a different phase, a new chapter of their life. And so I think that this is a great time to really lock in and just listen to the messages that Spirit has for you at this time. Okay? So once you kind of got a moment to where you're in silence and, you got your phone on silent or do not disturb and you're able to really listen, take another deep breath in and exhale. And allow the energy of your spirit guides and ancestors to guide you to the pile or piles that best have the messages for you at this time. So pile number 1 is the Queen of Swords. Pile number 2 is the Empress card. And then pile number 3 is the Queen of Wands. So once you have selected your, pile, feel free to click the timestamp below to watch your portion of the video. And I definitely pray that the readings resonate with you all and that you enjoy them and you can find some message out of it and carry that with you and let that be a flame to, guide you on your journey through life at this time in your experience on this earth. Alrighty, so let's get started. Hey pal number 1, this will be for those that selected the Queen of Swords card. So let's go through your oracle cards and see what messages your ancestors, your spirit guides, God, the universe has for you at this time. So your first oracle card here is the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. The second card is the Hermit card, which is retreat and recharge. And then finally we have this is one of my favorite cards, Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. I love this card. Okay, so let me kind of sit with it for a couple of seconds and just start channeling the messages your spirit guides, your ancestors, God, the universe has for you at this time. So I feel like your ancestors and guides want you to take some time for yourself. You have this tendency to be everything and do everything for everyone, but forget yourself sometimes. You're quick to ask people if they ate, but the real question is, did you eat? And so when I look at this mirror in the Guardian card, you can see the woman is obviously looking into the mirror and witnessing the magic, her greatness, her potential, her beauty, her gifts, her energy, and also the energy that is surrounding her. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know the power that you hold within as well too, as you look in the mirror, right? And sometimes we forget about how powerful, how great we are because we are so wrapped up in everything else. And this is your period of rest. This is your period of reflection. This is your period of regrounding and repurposing. And so I feel that they really want you to take a good look at yourself. Look in the mirror, physically look in the mirror, and sit with yourself for a few minutes and literally think of all the things that, about yourself. What comes to mind first? What things do you hear your inner voice telling you? Does it feel awkward to look at yourself in the mirror? Does it feel normal to look at yourself in the mirror? Having that moment is really important here. And I feel like your spirit guides and your ancestors want you to do that, physically do that. Also, your guides and ancestors are reminding you with this card, with that Mirror and the Guardian card, which is the theme of your reading. I'm hearing them say, like, is that your reality is a reflection of what you feel and what you believe within currently, but also previously. So this is the time to see how things are showing up for you currently. And, do you like what you see? Have you changed within to reflect a different reality? If the answer is yes, then, the obstacles and the things you see now you don't care for are just of the past beliefs and the past thoughts, right? Which is good, because that means your reality would catch up to your new mindset and your feelings. And if you are currently seeing like a lack of things or things you don't like, and it just represents like this energy of lack, then that might be your current mind state, and that might explain why things are happening and showing up in that way. And so, it's beautiful because it goes with the Hermit card here. Coming up right after that Mirror Guardian card, this lets us know that this is important to rest and go within and connect with your heart space and really balance that energy, releasing any anger, releasing any hurt, releasing any doubt, clearing that energy. Also, this card is telling me that your guides want you to stop giving all your energy to current circumstances and situations that are not to your liking or that drain you, right? Don't give it any more power. For example, let's say, let's do like dating. Let's say you've been going on dates and stuff, and you're hoping things take off with a person, but it doesn't. That's fine, right? So that doesn't mean you're broken, right? So don't go down this rabbit hole of like, oh, whenever I go on dates with someone, after the third day they disappear, or they ghost. No, like, literally don't do that. If this keeps happening, you must change the story that you tell yourself and that you believe. If you meet someone and it doesn't go anywhere, that's fine, right? It wasn't meant to be. But you do not make yourself out to be the victim or to be the villain, right? So this energy of like, you just pour love into yourself and be the best, more and more each day, because what is yours will always be yours, right? And, I'm going to do like affirmations for each pile now that I think about it. So that would be your affirmation. Say this, like, repeat it with me. I want you to repeat that. What is meant for me will always be meant for me, period. Right? Say that a couple of times. Write it in the comment section. Repeat it, affirm it, and believe it. Because what is yours will always be yours. It does not miss you. It does not come to you. It will always be yours. And so, I love that the Magic Guardian is the last card, and it's Unlock the Magic Within. I kind of talked about magic, energy, you being a co-creator in the first card, but it's like, when you take the time to reflect, and then once you do that reflection and you retreat and you recharge, you disconnect, that's when you fully can embrace and embody the magic that you hold within, right? And know that you are magical. You are a creator. You hold so much power within you. So don't let anyone or any situation make you forget that. When you accept that power that you hold, then you can transform your life in ways that will blow your mind. And a lot of times, we give people our power. We give situations our power. We give it the power of our peace, for us to be peaceful and to be relaxed. So we get stressed out, we doubt, we fear, we get anxiety, we get angry, and then, we have all these different emotions that don't serve us in that moment, or, fix the situation or make things better. And so we just keep pouring our energy towards that and giving it our power, versus saying, let me switch this and let me put my power and my energy towards something else that's going to get me to the results that I want. It's not saying that you can't have moments of defeat or have moments of sadness or anger. It's saying that the longer you sit with it, the more power you give it in a situation, the undesirable situation, right? So if you don't like something and how it is showing up for you, you have the power to change it, because you have the magic within yourself. You hold this energy, you hold this gift, you hold these powers. And so it's important to understand and know that, and not feel as if it is outside of you. The power has always been within you. And so with your card being the Queen of Swords card, it gives me this energy of like, the Queen of Swords is someone that she is cutthroat. She don't play games. She cuts the BS out the way, and she would get rid of whatever she needs to get rid of to be where she needs to be, meaning, taking charge of her life. And so that is important for you to take charge of your life and to know and recognize the power has always been there. And that's why they say to look into the mirror, because they want you to see the answers have always been there. The answers are within you. The power is within you. The magic is within you. The love is within you. The success is within you. Everything that you've been wanting and desiring and needing and, praying about is already within you. And you have to believe that and know that it will show up the moment that you believe that it is already here for you, because it's already within you, right? And so it's kind of like how when you think of people that are very successful, a lot of times they'll say, like, I always knew it was in me. And then they practice, they do whatever they got to do, get better at the skill or get better at it. And then boom, they become this huge success because they knew they already had it in them. So when it comes to the fine tuning and really regrounding themselves and unlocking that power and that magic within, it's so much easier for them to get to where they want to go and what they want to be. And so that's why Spirit is saying you have all of the tools within you and around you. So all you got to do is just use them, right? And put them to good use and keep pushing forward and keep moving forward and silencing out the naysayers, the haters, the doubters, right? And also getting to a space where you can zone out your own stuff when it comes to self-sabotage, right? And so really locking in on the elements of peace, locking in on the elements of confidence and the energy surrounding that, and persevering through all of that, when it comes to the journey, right? And knowing that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and knowing that everything that you're doing is for a reason, it's of purpose, and it is to get you closer and closer to where you're supposed to be, right? And once you really realize that, you're able to not challenge yourself so much, not challenge the universe, not challenge your guides, and you just you flow a little bit more easily, with the flow of the universe and everything else that comes along with it. So that's what I have here in terms of what your ancestors, your guides, what Spirit wants to share with you at this time. So definitely just follow the path of the messages that they're giving you, because they're saying there's honestly not much for you to do, but just do these things that they're mentioning, because that's how easy it is for you. That's why they're saying you don't need to make it more difficult than what it is, because it can be so much easier. Okay. So I hope that this reading resonated with you and it made sense, and you feel the energy of your guides guiding you and teaching you and showing you that it doesn't have to be hard. Okay. So if you like the video, thumbs up the video and check out other videos on my channel. Also leave a comment below, and add the affirmation that we mentioned earlier in the pile at the beginning of the reading. Okay. So I wish you all the best. Hey pile 2, this will be for those that selected the Empress card. So we're going to go through your 3 oracle cards here and just kind of channel the messages your ancestors, spirit guides, God, the universe has for you at this time. So your first card here is Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. Some of you all might be really interested in astrology and constellations and stuff like that. So Spirit is saying, to continue to study, to learn, research. Next, we have Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. And then finally, we have Lady. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. I love that. Alrighty, so let's see, the energies of the cards and the messages that we get from them for you at this time. Wow, I'm honestly speechless with this pile already, because I feel like it's about to be a healing reading for a good chunk of you that selected this pile for some reason. I feel like many of you have been told you weren't good enough, or you weren't enough, or you were made fun of, or just always felt like the world was against you most of the time. And Spirit is here to tell you that you are enough. You have always been enough and will forever be enough. And I decided I'm going to do an affirmation channel from Spirit for each pile. So that's your affirmation. So repeat after me. I am enough. I will always have enough and forever be enough. And, repeat that a few times. Pause the video and repeat it a couple of times. Write it in the comment section. But really channel that energy and, let that affirmation stick with you and carry it with you. Obviously intuitively, but also within your aura, within your energy. You can carry it physically. Write it down and just carry it with you. Place it by your heart space, But Spirit is saying stop listening to the voices of others or that meddling voice in the back of your head that says you aren't another or that you're inadequate or, you're not the one, right? That isn't your higher self speaking to you. And you must block out the voices of the world and others and follow your own voice of your higher good. And notice, how I said of your higher good, your higher self, because we can be the ones that self-sabotage. We can sabotage ourselves very easily. We could be the saboteur. And so it's important to be mindful of how you talk to yourself and, how you treat yourself. So just because your family talk to you rudely or out of hate does not mean that you have to do the same to yourself, right? And so it is important to know that you can be different than what you experienced, especially if it wasn't the best. And so just because you may not fit societal standards or beliefs does not mean that you're not beautiful, does not mean that you're not acceptable. So basically follow the voice of your soul, follow your true voice. And another message I get from your guides and from, God is that you have a bigger purpose here than you know or believe. And sometimes you wonder, what is your purpose? And you just have to listen to that voice and connect within, right? A lot of times, we want to ask people like, oh, what's my purpose? What do you think I should do? And it's like, only you really know what that is. Like someone can give you an idea or guide you in a path of like different things that they might think you'll be good at. But at the end of the day, you will know what is your purpose. You will know what you're connected to and what you're supposed to be doing here as well. What else can I see? With this middle card, like when you think about how does one track down their true voice, it starts with going back to the beginning, right? So who are the owners of those ideas? Who are the owners of those thoughts, those patterns, that pain, that fear, whatever it is, whatever baggage it is, right? And, like for example, let's say you grew up in a household and you only had your mother present, right? So she was a single parent. So she always said like men were dogs, they were no good. So later as you begin to date as an adult, you start to witness those behaviors and believe that thought. And so then you're like, men are dogs, they're no good. But it wasn't your original belief or thought to begin with. It came from, her, which came from somebody else, which came from, it's a cycle basically. And so knowing that it wasn't your original thought or belief and it's something that's taught, therefore, adopted. And so when we accept certain beliefs, our physical reality will match that belief at some point. Your reality is going to mirror, is a mirror basically of what you feel and what you believe within. And so when we can accept that we can truly unlock the reality of our dreams, it's easy. It's like literally the life that you want for yourself at that point. And it's not painting yourself as a villain or the problem, but more so realizing the power that you have and truly choosing ourselves, right? So when we truly love and we truly choose ourselves, then we can only accept and demand the best because we love ourselves that much. And so that comes from tracking down your fears and your desires. So when you track down the fears and where they come from, who are the owners of those, then you can disconnect with them. Then you can disown them and say, this is not mine. I return, to the original sender. I don't claim this for myself. I don't claim this over my life. I declare something completely different. And then when you track down your desires, then you know what is yours. Are these desires of my best interest? Are these desires of mine? Let's say you're like a person that you want to go to school and study art, but your parents want you to go to school and study law because they're lawyers. Is practicing law your desire or is it their desire? Really tracking down who are the owners of everything, and that's going to help you figure out much more about who you are and finding that voice and following that voice within your soul. And so when you do these things, you know, we can truly heal, and then we can grow and reap the rewards without fear of losing them, losing those opportunities, losing those blessings, losing that abundance, losing that love. And it's time for you to reap what you have sowed and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because you are an abundant, bountiful, person, an energy, a soul. And know that all the seeds that you have planted are coming into life. And speak life into yourself. Water your dreams. Feed your soul. And I think that it's important to really embody that energy and not be so. I feel like sometimes, I think some of you might be a little defensive when it comes to hearing certain messages, because there might be a denial that you're pushing through and trying to push out of. And so how I said, like, it's not about being a victim. It's not about making yourself be the victim or the villain. It's about recognizing your power. And because when you think about, like, the victim and the villain mentality, it's like, oh, victim, oh, woe is me. No one ever chooses me. I'm always going to be stuck in this type of lifestyle. And then the villain, like, oh, I'm the one that's making things worse. It's my fault. I did everything wrong, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, get rid of both of those mindsets and say, oh, I have the power to choose the reality that I want for myself. So therefore, I'm going to do that. Let me get rid of the fears that that I don't need in my life. Let me disown the things that are not of my energy and of my higher good, and choosing to live a life that is better for you. That's where you can take that on. That's where you want to be. Right. And so, you have to figure out how to get to that space. And of course, it might take time. If some people, it can, happen quickly, and some others it takes a little bit more time. But the idea is that you're choosing to do better and have better and be better. Okay. And I'm randomly sharing another message from Spirit. This is for a few of you, but the answer is yes. Like, you're going to have a healthy pregnancy. So take care of your body and make the changes to your diet as well. If that message is for you, you will know it's for you. And it's funny too, because we do have the Empress and we have the lady here, and like, she has the fruit, and then the Empress is typically pregnant in tarot, but she also represents like motherhood. She represents, fertility. And so I get that some of you might be in that space of trying to conceive and wondering when that time will happen, and will it happen? And the answer is yes. So that's a special message for somebody that needed it. I know for sure. Okay. But yeah, that's what, Spirit wants to share with you at this time. And they hope that you really follow your voice and listen to your voice, and knowing that it is of your highest good, and trust it, believe in it. Don't let the fears get in the way. Don't let them get in the way. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much, as always, for your support and your love. If you enjoyed your reading, feel free to leave a comment below, thumbs up the video, and check out other videos on my channel. Also, to write down your affirmation, say it a couple of times today. Go back to the big part of your video where I said it, and then, repeat it a few times. Maybe write it down so you can carry it with you and have it with you on site whenever you feel a certain type of way, and just be reminded of what powerful words you have for yourself in that moment. Okay. So I wish you all the best. Alrighty, this will be for those that selected the Queen of Wands card. So this is pile number 3. So we're going to go through your oracle cards here, and then we're just going to, channel the messages from your spirit guides, from your ancestors at this time, and see what they have to say to you. So we have Sun, and joy, success, and happiness. We have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And then we have Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Okay. It's so funny. I didn't call out the energies of, like, the signs and the other piles, but it's just obviously strong fire energy, air with Father Sky, and then the Heart Guardian gives me, like, water energy, Cancerian, Pisces. And so you might have like a strong placement of like all of those elements. Those might be the top 3 elements of your chart. If that makes sense. So like 33% is predominantly fire, 33% is predominantly water, 33% is predominantly, if your chart is like, connected to air, or 30, whatever. So just take that part as, as it resonates. But anywho, I feel like your ancestors and your guides and God want you to know that you have the right to enjoy your success and be happy. Don't worry about what other people think about what you have and the blessings you get to enjoy. You might feel nervous or worried about, or, embracing those things and like coming off as bragging or boastful. And there is nothing wrong about talking about the rewards and the gifts that you have been blessed with, that you have been given. There is nothing wrong with being happy. There are some people who don't like when people are happy because they're not happy within themselves, so they get annoyed when people are happy. And Spirit is telling you, ignore those people. You deserve every ounce of joy and every opportunity that is coming your way. And your guides want you to know it is okay to want what you want, period. If you want designer bags, that is fine. If you want to work things out with a friend you haven't spoken to in years, that is fine. As long as you are happy and it compliments you and where you are in your life and where you want to be, that's by all means, it's okay to want it and desire it. It is okay. It doesn't have to make sense to other people, right? So I feel like that's the first message Spirit wants to say. The next message I get too is that, they want you to connect with your inner fire that is driving and moving you forward. Like, don't sleep on your talents. Don't sleep on your passions, your goals. Breathe life into them. Move towards them, right? You don't have to have everything mapped up. Just show up and be willing to participate in the journey, and you would get to the destination, basically, right? And so, imagine being given a map and it's like, just go straight. And then when you see this sign, make a right. And then when you see this next sign, just make a left. Instead of like, okay, well, how many miles into the next sign? Am I going in the right direction? Mind you, it's only one path. That's literally the only way to get there, and it's like, just keep pushing through, keep going, and not giving up, not losing sight, And another message, big message I get for you with this sun card here is that, you've been wanting to have more meaningful connections that are rooted in compassion, that are rooted in love and trust and peace. And I feel like your new relationships and friendships will continue to grow in that way, but also till you begin to experience those type of relationships and connections. Also, the sun card shows me that the darkness of the past is being banished. I'm hearing Spirit saying that, and know that you can enjoy the new connections coming in, so you don't have to live in that pain and that hurt from previous connections. The energy of expansion is with you at this time, and you're being offered this perfect opportunity to jump forward on that path and to really embrace it, and know that the sun brings clarity, it brings greatness, it brings warmth, right? And so, when you think about traditional tarot, the sun card represents, it represents that clarity. And so they're saying, like, trust and know that the path that is unfolding for you exactly the way it's supposed to, even if you don't completely understand it. Even in the past, if you were hurt, know that you can trust that everything will work out in the end, at some point in your life, right? And so, with the heart guardian card being here, with it being present, it lets me know that your guides and God have been working with you to assist in healing your heart space, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, letting go of pain, letting love in and letting love choose you, right? And it's time to move beyond any limiting fears, to move beyond any pain. And it's time to remind yourself that you are loved, lovable, and loving, and give yourself credit where it is due, right? And that's your affirmation. I've said I was going to have an affirmation for each pile. So your affirmation is that I am love, I am lovable, and I am loving. Say that a couple of times and really embody that energy, right? And when we welcome in love, when we choose love, when we believe in love and be love, it's going to start showing around us more and more over time, right? And some people might say, well, I'm a loving person now and I always get the short end of the stick, or situations like don't work out in my favor or whatever. And the idea is that don't let those situations, don't let those experiences change who you are. change your soul, taint your soul, meaning, like for example, if somebody steps on your shoe, are you gonna let that ruin the rest of your day? You shouldn't, but some people might let that ruin the rest of their day. So it's kind of like saying, if someone does something, in the past that hurt you, are you gonna let that interfere with the loving connections that you can have in the future? You shouldn't. Of course, we're going to make mistakes and let those things take over, but we have to know, like, wait a minute, I'm not going to give that any more power than what it already had in that moment. Even in that moment, it didn't have power. Like, changing the way that we think, changing the way that we tell these stories to ourselves, and what we kind of remember in a sense too. And so it's important for you to love who you are, no matter what the society or what others have to say about it, what they have done about it. Love and confidence looks beautiful on you, and choosing yourself is loving yourself. Being gentle to yourself is loving yourself, right? So pour that energy of love and just like patience and just confidence and just joy into yourself more and more, and celebrate that. Be joyful. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for being happy. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for having what you have. If they're jealous, that's on them. If they are Debbie Downers, that's on them. But don't let that control or interfere with what goodness you have going on in your life. And then with this last card, Father Sky, it's all about just literally trusting the unknown, as it says on the card, and the energy of knowing that you are a co-creator of your life. So every thought, every feeling, every intention is creating your reality at some point. So you have the power to change the situation. And remember that life is not happening to you. It is happening through you, right? So what does that mean? You create your reality with all of that, with your thoughts, with your beliefs, with your emotions, with your feelings, all of that. It's not saying that, at the moment you're, sad about something, here comes all the sadness for the rest of the day. No, it's saying that when you consistently believe something, consistently feel something, consistently do something, it is going to reflect in your reality at some point. If you have a mindset that you would make great grades while you're in school, when you study, you remember the information, you understand it. When you are taking your exam, you are confident in your answers, you know the answer, you can explain the answer. And guess what? It is going to start to trickle down and show in your reality at some point. Like, people might say, like, oh, well, I have that mindset, but I got a D on my first exam. Maybe that is just the presentation of old beliefs that you've had. Now that you have shifted your thinking and your beliefs and your feelings and emotions about it, you're probably going to start to see better results soon. So that's the thing too. Be patient. Don't expect results to change within 10 seconds of you changing your thoughts, supposedly, right? You really have to ingrain it within yourself and believe it and feel it, and that is what's going to allow it to truly unfold and manifest the way its way into your reality, right? And just know, you need to be patient with yourself, and know that your guides, your ancestors, and God are telling you that they're here for you, and they want you to get out your own way and to take a step back and let greatness come your way and not get in your way, right? Because you deserve it. So why would you believe otherwise, right? Change your story you tell yourself, and don't worry about the minor details. Know that your spirit tribe has it under control, and you're safe to enjoy life. So why not create the one that you truly want to live? If you have the power to create the reality of your dreams, or let me rephrase that, if you have the power to create a reality, why would you create the reality that you don't want? Create the reality that you do want, right? So the idea is like, if not you, then who else? Basically, spirit, God, the universe, your ancestors have already decided this is the life that we want. This is the purpose that this person is going to fulfill. This is all the greatness and the success that they're going to have. And then you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't know if that fits me. I don't know if I should do that. If not you, then who? Because we picked you to do it. They picked you to do it for a reason, for you to have, and for you to enjoy and to be prosperous in. So finding the way to be successful comes from choosing to be happy of the success that you have for yourself, choosing to choose yourself at all times, not putting yourself on a back burner, not letting other people's opinions and thoughts get in the way of who you are, letting love in, choosing love, letting love choose you, trusting and knowing that you're guided and that you're safe and that you will have the outcomes of your dreams and what you do want for yourself, right? Not expecting the worst, that is self-sabotage. Thinking something's going to go wrong, self-sabotage. Knowing and expecting the best. Oh, it's going to work out anyway because it's supposed to. Because, I mean, here I am. Having that confidence. You can be cocky with it if you want to. It's okay. The idea is that be confident in the beauty of the reality of your dreams and watch it unfold. Believe it and watch it unfold. Right? Okay. So that's what I have in terms of the messages that your ancestors and spirit guides have for you at this time. So I hope that really resonated with you all. So feel free to leave a comment below, affirming your affirmation as well too that we mentioned in this pile. And then to, if you enjoy the video, thumbs up the video and check out other videos on my channel. But know that it's okay to enjoy your success and to be happy. Okay. And notice that her card on her shirt, it says confidence on your card. And she's happy. That's what spirit wants you to be. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Like I said before, thank you. And I appreciate the love and the support.